So I'm here to tell you to just accept it and go and sit your ass down somewhere and rest. Don't judge me, but lately I have been craving deviled eggs. That, like, I don't know why. It started on 4th of July, and I want some more deviled eggs. So, hey, but they say pregnant women need to eat eggs anyway, so. These cool, but I have a couple appointments this afternoon and I want these now. Okay, so I'm willing to sacrifice the cold deviled eggs that we mostly all know and love for some lukewarm ones. So why are they called deviled eggs anyway? I mean, there's nothing devilish about these. These are heavenly. Day 7, another daily pregnancy spend the day with me vlog. As you saw before this, I made myself a little breakfast in the form of some deviled eggs. Cause it's these cravings, y'all. It's what I've been wanting, some deviled eggs. I don't know why, but those are pretty good. I'm about to get out of the house in a minute. I'm gonna put an order together before I go. Hopefully I can get it done like in the next 20 minutes. And then that way, the direction that I'm headed, I could just drop it off at the post office instead of having to go all out of the way. But anyway, got a couple appointments today. I'm going to the eye doctor, to the dentist today. Doctor's appointment over with, or eye doctor appointment over with. I was gonna stop at Ulta first. I'm actually in the parking lot, but I don't think I'm gonna have enough time because I gotta still go to the post office and make it to the other side of town to get to the dentist. So I might just treat myself to Ulta later for being a big girl and going to the dentist. Who likes going to the dentist? Not me. Yeah, that's where we are. It's hot as out here. It is really hot outside today. Gotta stay hydrated, my friends. It's so crazy because I haven't been eating Chick-fil-A like that until I got pregnant. Like, I hadn't had Chick-fil-A, it might have been like a year or close to it. And like, I started craving Chick-fil-A waffle fries, Chick-fil-A, their spicy deluxe sandwich. That's pretty much all I get, the spicy deluxe and the cool wrap. So yeah, I guess I'm back on Chick-fil-A, but not too much though, because I don't think they have really good quality chicken. Like, they do something weird with their chicken, I was reading. So I won't be eating that a whole lot. None of this fast food is healthy. All right, let me get my list. Ghost, please leave her alone. Stop. Okay, so the emotional changes that I should have anticipated, I just did not think through it ahead of time, was the just emotions around my family and just not having the support that I wish I had, like from my family, because of things that are out of my control, right? So, to be specific, like it was it was almost like I was sent into like an emotional spiral thinking about my mom and her not being here, and it kind of opened up a little bit of grief for me, just a little bit. The same for my grandmother, who's no longer here. And that was something that I definitely dealt with like super early in my first trimester, because my hormones were just like, yeah, like I don't think they talk about that part enough. Like a lot of people think about, when they first find out they're pregnant, they're like super happy and excited, which of course I'm happy and I'm excited, but also part of that reality is the emotional like wounds that I still have, and how they kind of reopen when those hormones start to do the crazy things. So there was that. And then also, what else? Needing a mental break and support. So this wasn't like super bad, but there were days where I was just like laid out. Like it was if it looked like depression, but it wasn't. Like I don't know that I would say that I was depressed, but it was like I just wanted to do nothing. Like I was just in the bed or like on the sofa for like days. Okay, this is early in the first trimester. I didn't want to talk to anybody. It was looking kind of sad. So those were a couple things that I was dealing with, like in the beginning of the first trimester, emotionally. And then in terms of physical, y'all. So physically, there were a number of things that I was not expecting. Okay, that I didn't see anybody talking about. The first one, which was a major one for me in the very beginning, like probably a week after I found out I was pregnant. I think I found out at 4 weeks. So about week 5, I was spotting. Like, no, even before that, because I kept thinking that my period was going to start. So it was the spotting, and it scared me so bad, because I was like, okay, shouldn't my body just know that I'm pregnant now? Like, is this kind of like a battle between my period and pregnancy? Like, what is going on here? And it was scaring me really bad. And everything that I looked up, which when you first find out, don't Google stuff. Okay, don't be like me. I know you're gonna want to. You're really gonna want to Google stuff. Don't do it. It's gonna scare the shit out of you. So yeah, it was definitely the spot, and that part was really scary for me, because I wasn't sure if I was supposed to be spotting the way that I was. And I remember one particular day, my husband and I, we were riding bikes around the neighborhood, and like that night I was spotting like so bad, and I was like, am I not supposed to ride my bike? Like, I don't know what. Look at him looking at me through the camera like a creep. He's a creep. All right, so yeah, that particular day I was really nervous, because I didn't know like if that was normal or what. Come to find out, it's totally normal, especially in the very beginning, because your body's adjusting to different changes, and it's the implantation of the egg in your uterus. That's literally what's happening. I didn't know that in the beginning. I'm thinking like crazy thoughts. So that was a big one for me. Also, the bloating it still is, just, it can be really uncomfortable, like extremely uncomfortable. You can drink tea, you can make sure you stay hydrated, but truth be told, that is really just kind of a part of the first trimester. You're gonna be bloated, and you're gonna be gassy, and you might have some heartburn. So I was all of the above. So very early on, like stuff that I could normally wear, I was not able to. I haven't been able to wear, so I'm gonna have to go shopping soon anyway. But it just kind of took off super fast for me, and I know everybody's body is different, but yeah, it was like as soon as I found out I was pregnant, it was like spotting, bloating, boobs was hurting really bad. Yeah, it was pretty intense. It has been pretty intense. So there's still those symptoms are still around, okay? Oh, one really weird symptom that I haven't seen anybody really talk about. It was like my earliest symptom was scratchy eyelids, y'all. I would I always take my contacts out at night before I get into bed, right? And I would get into bed with my glasses on, and like my eyelids felt like I had not shards of glass, but like sandpaper in them. It was like the inside of my eyelids were made out of sandpaper. That's what it felt like. And all I could do was just like keep my eyes closed and eventually fall asleep. So there was no laying in the bed watching TV. And I think my contacts, like during the day, it created a barrier. So I didn't feel it during the day until I took my contacts out at night before I went to sleep. Come to find out that for some people it's a symptom of being pregnant. I don't know. I forgot what they say it causes it. But yeah, it was very uncomfortable. And yes, I did try Visine. It did not work. I just had to ride it out. So, what else? My hips hurt, y'all. So, if you know me, you know I'm a pretty petite person. I'm kind of straight up and down, right? Lately, I'm getting hips. And with that, my hips literally hurt. Like I can literally feel my hips like widening, which is crazy to even think about. Um, but yeah, the best way I can explain that is if you've ever had braces before, you know that feeling when they change your braces and your teeth, like you can literally feel like your bones like shifting in your gums. That's what it feels. It's similar to that, but it's your hips. That's what it feels like. Now, I so far have only experienced that for like a week, which was like maybe week 5 or 6, probably week 6. And then after that, I didn't really feel it so far. But according to one of my friends, she said my hips are going to be hurting like once I'm further along. So we'll see. Excuse me. But yeah, that was another one. And then pressure in feet and ankles. So it was weird. Like I don't get this very often, and I don't know if it's based off of like if I eat too much sodium or what, but there are times where like I literally have like I feel blood flow in my ankles and my feet. I don't know why. And I don't know what to do about it. Like it was like this the night before last. Um I don't know what that means. So if anybody knows what that means, hey, or if you've experienced that before, put a comment down below. Let's chat about that. How did you get through it? It's not super uncomfortable, nothing super crazy, but it's just kind of strange to me because that I never have that. Also, nasal drip. I have nasal drip all the time now, where it's not like I'm sick. It's like mucus is literally just like right in there, in that little, back in there. That's what it feels like. It's just there. It's random. But I read that it has to do with like your blood vessels in your face and your nose and the increased blood volume. So that's a symptom as well. And then, y'all, most recently has been insomnia. Oh my gosh. So this week and the end of last week, it lit up a lot. It improved a lot. But before that, y'all, when I tell you, I would be so tired and I would get in the bed, like take my shower, brush my teeth, whatever, get in the bed, thinking that I'm about to go to sleep. Even take my magnesium, because I take magnesium and glycinate every night. I've been doing that for years. And sometimes I'll take breaks, but I wasn't on a break. So get in the bed and could not fall asleep. Or I would literally fall asleep for 2 hours and then something simple would wake me up. So, for example, on our bed, we have the basically where it helps you sleep. Like you can change the posture and the position of your bed. Y'all have seen those before. It changes, like you can incline it, you can turn the massage on. It's supposed to help you stop snoring. Like it can monitor if you're snoring or not. Well, anyway, we have this feature on it where if I snore or if my husband snores, it'll vibrate, right? Y'all, it would come on and vibrate in the middle of the night, and then I wouldn't be able to go back to sleep. Like I would just be up. So hated it. It was very temporary, lasted maybe a week. Oh, it's about to rain. It lasted maybe a week, 2 weeks, maybe, I don't know. But it was terrible because then during the day it was like I had stuff that I was trying to do and I couldn't really do it because I was so tired. So I would end up just sleeping during the day, and then eventually it was like I wasn't even sleepy at night anymore. So like my sleep schedule was just flipped. All right. So now let's move on to some of the helpful things that I did. I hope that y'all can still hear me. The wind is blowing out here because it's a storm moving this way. But here's some helpful things that I did. So I've done so far throughout my first trimester to kind of help with those symptoms. First and foremost, ginger everything. Ginger everything, okay? Ginger tea, ginger root, ginger chews, anything that's got ginger in it that you can get your hands on, get it, because it is going to help you with nausea, which was another symptom. I don't know how on earth I could forget to even mention that, because that was the main symptom: bloating, nausea. Yeah, definitely nausea. I'm not one to really throw up, so for me it was like I would wake up, and as soon as I ate my first meal of the day, I'm nauseous from that point until I went to bed, unless I ate something with ginger in it or drank ginger tea. And I would have to do that several times throughout the day. It wasn't like just a one and done type thing. I definitely had to like constantly take stuff that had ginger in it. Otherwise, I would be sick like literally all day. Go sit down somewhere and rest, okay? Go and sit your ass down somewhere. I don't care what anyone else tells you or what anyone is trying to say about your experience in your first trimester. You, especially if it's your first time, like me, I'm going through this for the first time. I wanted to push through, but it was like between my body and my mind, I physically couldn't. And I was kind of getting frustrated because I'm so used to having a certain amount of energy, and being down like that, it was like I had a hard time accepting it. So I'm here to tell you to just accept it and go and sit your ass down somewhere and rest. It's not going to be like that forever. You're doing something incredible and amazing, and you need to give yourself credit for that and sit down and rest, okay? So this kind of goes with the last point. Sleep whenever you need to. Take naps. I've never been one to really take naps in the past, but this chapter of my life, I'm embracing taking naps. If I need to take a nap in the middle of the day, y'all, I was at the eye doctor waiting on a doctor to come in the room. I literally took a nap in the chair. Like, it took her a minute to I don't know what was taking her so long, but I went to sleep. I did. I went to sleep. And, you know, we didn't have to talk about it when she finally showed up, but it was what I needed in that moment. So, so take naps when you need to. Don't be ashamed to do that. I know, especially if you're the type of woman where you're always doing stuff, always involved in stuff, or you're just busy in general, you might fight the idea of doing that, but just take the naps, okay? Take the nap, move on. 10, 15 minutes, 15 minutes, I'll put it that way. 15 minutes, move on. Something that I'm still working on embracing is crying when I need to. I'm not the most emotional person. I don't like crying in general. Like, I know how to, you know, help a person around me if they're crying, like, or I try to, but for me, like, especially once I got older, like, me and crying, we typically don't go well together, just because all of the times I think about in my life where I have cried, it was over something that was like traumatic or like really, really deep, like a deep, dark time in my life. And there are not a whole lot of other experiences in my day to day that I'm, going through where I'm like, it's even worth crying to that level. A therapist would say otherwise, but I'm embracing the need to cry and to let out my emotions. Like today, I saw a TikTok video about childbirth and just how it changes your relationship. And it literally made me cry. It made me cry, and it was very unexpected. And so I had to just go with it and embrace it. So embrace the emotions, okay? Force yourself, okay? I know I just said get rest when you need to, but for those days where you have a little extra energy, get up and do something to make yourself feel good. For me, it's getting up. It's getting up, putting some makeup on, doing my hair, doing my lashes, doing my nails. And I've had to force myself to do that recently, because otherwise I would be walking around looking not like myself, and that's unacceptable for me. So whatever that looks like for you, you will have to make an intentional effort to get up and do something that makes you feel good, whatever that is. So stick to that. That has to be a boundary for you. Don't get lost in the sauce, y'all. Don't get lost in the sauce. Don't do it. So focus on the positives. Focus on the positives, especially as these emotions are going all over the place. And I'm about to wrap this up because this rain is loud. Last but not least, I gotta stop looking at old photos of what I used to look like body-wise, and just accept where I am currently. Okay, one of the things that has come along with being a fitness fanatic for a good portion of my adult life is being very critical of my body at times when I don't look the way that I envision, the way that I'm working towards. So I'm still working on it, accepting my body as it changes, because you have to, right? Especially as a woman, we go through so many different changes, so many hormonal changes that are out of our control. You have to accept yourself, but still do the best that you can to take care of yourself. That starts with your mental. And for me, that starts with me accepting where I am currently, accepting the beautiful journey that is, and accepting my body. It's like self-love, Sometimes it's gotta look like radical self-love. So yeah, I got heartburn right now already, or indigestion. But yeah, I just wanted to sit down and chit chat with you all about that. If you have any other tips that you want to share that I did not touch on in this video, please put them in the comments below, because like I said, I'm trying to create community here for other women, first-time moms, or if you're not a first-time mom who's going through pregnancy and you just, need that additional support. Like, put comments below, like, how are you feeling if you're going through the same thing, or if you have been through the same thing, what was the journey like for you? What were some of the things you did to feel better? So we can all learn and grow from each other. So anyway, I'm gonna end it here, but I will see you all tomorrow. Faded up, shit, what the fuck you complaining for? Feeling jaded up, used to trip off that shit I was kicking to you. Had some fun on the run, though I give it to you, but baby,